Hello guys, welcome to Community News YouTube channel. So there's another coup in this time in Gabon, and it happened on the 30th of August 2023. The recent one was in Niger, and this time in Coup. So what's happening in West Africa? That's the question that I'm asking now. What's happening in West Africa? Recently, the one that happened in Niger, you are all aware that the ECOWAS met in Ghana and then concluded that they are going to send soldiers to Niger. I mean, this decision, I was thinking that would deter um, people from taking over power, but no, I was wrong. In the afternoon of 30th August, we heard that the soldiers have taken over Gabon. But particularly Gabon one, I'm happy. I'm happy because if you check the screen, you could see that I've written father and son. Mr Bongo on the left is the father. He became president in 1967 and died in 2009. So he was a president for 42 years. And after 2009, election was conducted, a fake one indeed. And then his son won and then became a president from 2009, to date. So he has spent 13 years, aside his father's 42 years, he too has spent 13 years as a president. And the country is still poor. One thing that I don't understand is the African leaders. I don't know why they are so greedy, they are so selfish. I mean, I don't know the kind of words that I used to describe African leaders. I don't know. Selfishness. Omoni omabusuafo na enjoy. I have no idea why they are so greedy. African leaders, they are so greedy, they are so selfish. It started at Burkina Faso. They also overthrew their president, and then Mali followed. Ivory Coast did. Niger has done it, and now Gabon. I don't know. It looks as if the country is their property. The country is their property. For the Gabon one, it's understood. It's understood. Because in 2018, Ali Bongo, who has been overthrown now, had stroke, and he was off. Gabon wasn't having president for a whole year because their president was sick. So some groups mounted a pressure that he should step down. And again, African leaders, he didn't. 2019, there was a failed coup. Some military men wanted to overthrow him. It didn't work out, and they were jailed for 15 years. Sorry, they were jailed for 15 years. And in 2023, I don't know whether I should say God being so good, it has been successful. This is a warning to all African leaders, especially in West Africa. Ghana is part. Our leaders should wake up and solve the issues that the citizens are facing, the economic hardship. The leaders should wake up. We have all the natural resources, so why are we poor? We have all the natural resources. Why are we poor? African leaders, why are we poor? Look at the vast land that we have in Africa. But we are suffering. We are hungry because there's a war in Ukraine. Why? African leaders, why? Why? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so in their TV statement, the coup leaders said they were canceling the results of the election, dissolving all the institutions of the republic. They did this coup because they organized an election this Saturday. And you know what happened in the election? There were some polling stations where there were no ballot papers. I mean, the citizens in that area didn't vote at all. Internet were cut off. I mean, nothing was working in the country. The election wasn't free and fair. The opposition complained, but nothing was done. So that's the reason why the military men got angry and decided to, overthrow him. I don't understand. It came after Gabon's electoral commission and Mr Bongo had won just under 2/3 of the vote in Saturday's election, which the opposition argued was fraudulent. One of the soldiers said they had put an end of the current regime because of irresponsible, unpredictable governance, resulting in a continuing deterioration in social cohesion that risks leading the country into chaos. Or chaos, sorry. Now let's watch their statement.
Et garant de la protection des institutions, avons décidé de défendre la paix en mettant fin au régime en place. À cet effet, les élections générales du 26 août 2023 ainsi que les résultats tronqués sont annulés. Les frontières sont fermées jusqu'à nouvel ordre. Toutes les institutions de la République sont dissoutes.
Okay, so that was the statement from the coup leaders. Credit to BBC. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. They tried to overthrow him in 2019, but it didn't work out, and then the soldiers were jailed 15 years. I'm sure by now that a different military men have overthrew him, the previous soldiers will be freed. Yes. Mr. Bongo's overthrow would end his family's 55 years hold on power in Gabon. Greediness, selfishness. How can a father and son rule the country for 55 years? I mean, is it your property? Is it your property? The country is one of the Africa's major oil producers. But the citizens are poor. While nearly 90% of its cover is covered by forest. It joined the Commonwealth in June 2022, becoming one of the group's few members not to have been in British colony. Okay, so after the coup, some of the citizens went to the street to jubilate because they were fed up. And they went to the street to jubilate. So if you check the screen, these are some of the pictures of the citizens. They were on the street jubilating. This is not a matter of opposition. My party wasn't in power. All the citizens are happy. All the citizens are happy because they were fed up. Okay, so after the president was captured, was given a house arrest, and then he recorded himself in a video, and then he said, "My son is somewhere. My wife is in another place. Nothing is happening. I don't know what is going on." He said in English before again asking for help. Let's watch the video.
I'm Ali Bongo Ondimba, President of Gabon.
Look at his face. Greediness.
To all the friends
Greediness.
that we have all over the world, to tell them to make noise, For the people here have arrested me and my family. My son is somewhere, my wife is in another place, and I'm at the residence. Right now, I'm in the residence and nothing happening. Nothing is happening. I don't know what's going on. So I'm calling you to make noise, really. I'm thanking you. Thank you.
Yeah, so when you go to social media, there's mixed reactions. Some people are happy, and then others are also worried of the recent coup in the West Africa. Okay, so he told the citizens to shout and protest against the military, but instead the citizens went out and they cheered the military men. Instead of shouting at them, they were praising them, cheering at them, because they were fed up of whatever was going on in the country. So, as I speak now in Gabon, there's no constitution, there's no parliament. They all have been dissolved. They don't have any political party ruling the country. They've dissolved all ministries. The soldiers have taken over. Okay, let's watch this report.
De défense
And
et de
then credit to
sécurité.
4 News.
Ignore the usual combat uniforms and the hastily arranged announcement. These military leaders in Gabon say they're seizing power in the name of peace.
Au nom du peuple gabonais.
On behalf of the people of Gabon and as guarantor of the protection of our institutions, we have decided to defend peace by putting an end to the current regime.
Au régime en place.
And its end has been loudly welcomed on the streets. Some carried the flag of Gabon, others a palm branch, a symbol of victory and triumph. Because they believe that this is the potential end of a ruling dynasty that's lasted more than half a century.
Notre pays est libre.
Our country is free. Our country is free. Long live Gabon's freedom.
This coup came just hours after it was announced that President Ali Bongo had been re-elected for a third time. He's been in power since 2009, having taken over from his father. While Bongo was declared the winner, the election was disputed. International observers were banned, as well as foreign media, and the internet was shut down.
The Bongo family has been in power since 1967. That's over 5 decades of political rule. They have held elections and they have secured victory, but that's not a reflection of public support. It has been more so a reflection of deeply sort of entrenched control over state institutions and corruption.
And so, as the people applauded, the security forces declared those results void and closed the borders. They also announced that President Bongo was under house arrest. Soon after, a clearly diminished and desperate man called on the world for help.
I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world to tell them to make noise.
The friend he will be looking to the most is France, the former colonial power. Since 1967, first his father, Omar, and then he have paid regular visits to the Élysée Palace. France and the Bongo family have both profited from the country's resources, most notably Gabon's vast amount of oil. Yet those riches have never been felt by its people. More than a third live below the poverty line. There were protests after Bongo's election in 2009 and 2016. Both times the opposition was crushed. But now it's different, not just because a stroke in 2018 left Bongo a weakened ruler, but also partly because French power in the region has been diminishing. This latest coup in Gabon comes after a wave of them in other former French colonies in Africa. Most recently in July, Niger's presidential guard took control of the country. Before that, in January last year, Burkina Faso's army ousted their president. And in 2021, there were 3 coups in Guinea, Chad and Mali. The French government condemned the coup and said the election results should be upheld. That message won't resonate with those on the streets. But unlike other coups in the region, this isn't driven by anti-French sentiment, but decades of frustration at the ruling dynasty. Bongo's reign is over, they cry. Any hope for change will depend on who steps into his shoes. That looks to be this man, General Brice Oligui Nguema, who was just announced as the leader of Gabon's new transitional government. The people hope that that new order will work for them. But the fear is that far too often, this euphoria can give way to malaise and the same as before.
Okay, so credit to Channel 4. Okay, so the news is all over social media. And then I went to Twitter and then I saw a tweet from one Jackson Henkel. I hope I've pronounced the name right. And then he said, after he tweeted, after the coup in Gabon, revolutionaries uncovered suitcases and bags in the ousted president's family home filled with bundles of banknotes, CFA francs, dollar, and euros. He added a video to it. Let's watch the video. You have all these monies at home and your citizens are suffering. Sometimes politicians I don't know what is wrong with them. You have all these monies at home and your citizens are suffering. Okay, so Sam Okujoto Ablakwa, who is a member of parliament in Ghana, also tweeted, Gabon's Ali Bongo, who is calling for noise, appears to have forgotten that a few days ago he shut down the internet and banned critical media such as RFI, TV Monday, and France 24. How can noise make an impact without media and internet? True democracy benefits both rulers and the ruled. Okay, so that's what he tweeted. A lot of people, when you go to Twitter, a lot of people have are commenting, sharing idea of how talking about the coup. Yeah, so when you go there, you can read more about that. Captain Planet of OS4, a musician in Ghana, also said Gabon chief of staff, see money, way person pack for house. Okay, that's it. All right, thank you for watching, and please kindly subscribe to this channel. We see how things unfold in Gabon. I just pray that there will be peace in Gabon, and this was a peaceful coup. There wasn't any casualties. Yeah, there wasn't any tragedy. And I pray that in the days ahead, I don't know how the ECOWAS is going to respond, whether they are going to threaten them that if they don't allow democracy, allow the president to rule, if they don't allow the president to rule, they are going to send the military guys there as they threatened in Niger. I don't know. I'm just saying. So we just wait to see what happens. Thank you for watching, and then bye-bye.